Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're journeying into the heart of, well, a global phenomenon, Paulo Coelho's The Alchemist.
It really is something, isn't it?
Absolutely. We've drawn insights from the foreword, prologue, and key sections of the book itself, ready to unpack some pretty profound wisdom for you.
And what's truly compelling about The Alchemist, I think, is how this simple story, people often call it a fable, right?
Mm-hmm.
It actually offers this powerful blueprint for navigating life. Our goal today is really to extract the most potent insights from Santiago's quest.
Yeah, connecting his experiences to those universal principles that, can guide all of us.
Exactly. Think of it as unearthing those aha moments, revealing just how relevant these ancient truths still are today.
Okay, so to set the stage, maybe consider this story Paulo Coelho shares somewhere else. It's about a boy, right?
Yeah, the one with the bells.
That's the one. He spends months on a beach, desperately trying to hear the bells of a sunken temple. Straining, focusing, nothing. And it's only when he, stops trying so hard, lets go, and just appreciates the sounds around him, the waves, the seagulls, the wind.
Then he hears them. Faintly.
Exactly. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Are we sometimes so fixated on one specific outcome that we miss the signs guiding us?
Or even, overlook the treasure that's maybe already right there.
So true. Okay, let's begin our exploration. Let's dive into Santiago's initial call to adventure and that whisper of destiny.
Right, Santiago, the young shepherd boy.
Seems pretty content, doesn't he? With his flock, his books, this rhythm of life. Looking forward to meeting that merchant's daughter in Tarifa.
But then there's the dream, that recurring dream.
Yeah, the one with the child taking him to the Egyptian pyramids.
And promising a hidden treasure, that's what sets it all in motion.
So he consults a gypsy woman about it.
He does, and she confirms the treasure, but then she asks for a tenth of it.
Which kind of pushes him away, initially.
Yeah, he starts to doubt, regrets even listening to this whole dream idea, thinks maybe it's not worth it.
And this is such a pivotal moment for him, just as he's about to, dismiss it all.
Bam! This mysterious old man appears. Melchizedek.
Claims to be the king of Salem.
Right. And he introduces Santiago to this core concept, his personal legend.
His true purpose in life.
Exactly. Melchizedek explains that, well, everyone kind of knows their personal legend when they're young, instinctively.
But then, something happens.
Yeah, this mysterious force, as he calls it, works to convince them it's impossible to achieve.
But the king offers this amazing counterpoint, doesn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
He says, when you truly desire something, like really desire it.
All the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. Such a powerful line.
It really is. And he gives Santiago examples like the baker who dreamed of travel but never went for it.
Or the miner searching for emeralds for years, almost giving up.
Right, until the king, disguised as a stone, actually helps him find them. It shows it's not just philosophy, it's practical guidance.
And he gives Santiago more than just words. He gives him those two stones, Urim and Thummim.
To help interpret omens, yeah. But he also tells him, crucially, make your own decisions.
Don't just rely on the stones.
Exactly. And then there's the parable of the shopkeeper's son, the wise man, the spoon.
And the drops of oil.
Yes. The secret of happiness. To see all the marvels of the world and never to forget the drops of oil on the spoon.
Which Santiago, being a shepherd, immediately gets. Don't forget your sheep, your responsibilities, even while chasing the big dream.
And that understanding gives him the courage for the first big step.
Selling his sheep. He realizes his own father had a similar dream suppressed.
Yeah, that connection is powerful. So if we look at these first steps, some key principles really jump out.
Okay, like what?
Well, first, the personal legend. It's presented as your core life purpose, yeah. Coming from the soul of the universe, it's more than a goal. It's like your destiny.
Okay, makes sense. What else?
Second, this principle of favorability. We often call it beginner's luck.
Right. That initial success you sometimes get.
Exactly. Life gives you a taste, a nudge, sort of whets your appetite to keep you going.
And third, this idea of omens as God's language. The universe is talking, right?
Constantly communicating through signs. You just have to learn to be receptive, to interpret them. It's about listening, not just looking.
And fourth,
balance in pursuit. That's the drops of oil lesson. Don't get so laser focused on the goal that you miss the journey.
the beauty, the lessons, the small joys along the way.
Precisely.
So wrapping up this first part of Santiago's deep dive, what's the big takeaway?
I think it's that the journey to your personal legend starts with really acknowledging those deep desires inside you.
And trusting the universe will offer signs, maybe some initial luck to get you started.
Even if you don't fully get it yet.
Right. Which raises a good question for you listening. What subtle nudges, what omens maybe have you noticed lately trying to guide your path?
Worth thinking about.
Definitely. Okay, so Santiago takes that step, sells his sheep,
Yeah.
and lands in Tangier.
And immediately faces his first real test. A crucible moment.
He arrives in Africa, totally alone, overwhelmed. Foreign culture, different language.
Yeah, completely disoriented. And then, almost right away, this young guy offers to help,
Seems like a lifeline.
but then steals all his money. Just like that. Leaves him destitute.
Awful. That must have been a moment of just utter despair.
Oh, absolutely. He hits rock bottom. Self-pity, regret.
Mm.
Why did I ever leave my comfortable life?
But what's amazing is his resilience, isn't it?
It really is striking. He finds comfort in those stones, Urim and Thummim.
The ones the old king gave him.
Yeah, they become this tangible proof. Proof of the king, proof of his personal legend. It wasn't just a fantasy.
And he realizes something else too, right? The bar owner back there, his irritation.
It was an omen. A warning he'd missed. That insight is huge.
And it shifts everything. He decides, consciously.
Not to be a victim.
Right. To see himself as an adventurer looking for treasure.
That reframing is key. Then he sees the candy seller, happy in his work.
Because he loves what he does.
Yeah.
And Santiago realizes he has this intuition.
Yeah, he can sense how close people are to their own personal legends just by watching them.
And then he notices something even deeper.
The communication without words.
Exactly. The candy seller and his assistant, different languages, but they understand each other perfectly.
Which leads him to this idea of a universal language, beyond spoken words, the language of actions, intuition, the soul of the world.
So then he gets a job with the crystal merchant.
Whose business is struggling, and Santiago applies lessons from his old life, like patience.
The patience of a shepherd.
Right. And he introduces new ideas, the display case, selling tea in the crystal glasses.
Bringing the business back to life. But the merchant himself, he's a different kind of obstacle.
Yeah, he embodies that fear of fulfillment. He dreams of Mecca.
His personal legend, maybe?
Could be. But he's afraid to actually do it. He thinks achieving it would leave him empty, with no reason to live.
So he just holds on to the dream itself.
Prefers the idea to the reality. Meanwhile, Santiago works for nearly a year. Earns good money.
Enough to go back to Spain, buy even more sheep. He learns Arabic, finds some happiness.
And the pyramids start to feel distant, almost forgotten.
Until the crystal merchant says something really pointed.
Every blessing ignored becomes a curse. Powerful words. He admits Santiago showed him possibilities he was too scared to chase.
And that conversation, plus finding Urim and Thummim again.
It snaps him back. He remembers the old king. Never stop dreaming. Follow the omens.
And he knows he has to continue the quest.
Yeah. He can't settle.
So what do we tell from this Tangier phase? It really shows how setbacks aren't always roadblocks, are they?
Not at all. They can be detours. Yeah, but detours that teach you things. Deepen your understanding. They can clarify the path.
And it highlights that language without words, that intuition.
Absolutely. And the real danger of letting fear stop you from actually living your dreams instead of just fantasizing about them.
Okay, so from Tangier, Santiago joins a caravan, next big phase, crossing the Sahara.
Right. Heading towards the Al Fayoum oasis. And on this leg, he meets the Englishman.
The one obsessed with alchemy?
That's him. Looking for the one true language of the universe. And an actual alchemist to teach him the masterwork.
The philosopher's stone, the elixir of life, all that legendary stuff.
Exactly. Santiago finds him a bit standoffish at first.
Yeah, a bit reserved.
But they connect over Urim and Thummim. They realize they share this understanding of omens, even with different goals.
And as they travel, Santiago learns a lot from the caravan itself, right? Especially the camel driver.
Huge influence. Teaches him the importance of living in the present moment. That's a massive theme here.
And this is where that idea of intuition gets even deeper.
Yes. Santiago learns that intuition is really a sudden immersion of the soul into the universal current of life.
Where the histories of all people are connected and we are able to know everything because it's all written there. Maktub.
Maktub. It is written. Such a core concept.
As things get dangerous with tribal wars.
The camel driver's philosophy holds firm. Focus on the present to face danger. Don't worry about what might happen.
Santiago and the Englishman talk more, learn from each other about the soul of the world.
They realize everything on Earth is being continuously transformed because the Earth is alive. The Englishman starts watching the caravan more.
And Santiago starts reading the alchemy books.
He gets into the Emerald Tablet, this foundational text.
And grasps its core idea. All things are the manifestation of one thing only.
Yeah, that unity. And he also learns that true alchemy isn't just about gold.
It's about self-transformation.
Yeah.
Purifying yourself as you purify metals. Evolving.
Exactly. And then the oasis. And the well.
And Fatima.
Ah, Fatima. A pivotal moment. Their eyes meet, and he just knows. He understands that language of the heart.
The language of love.
The most universal language of all. But she doesn't try to trap him there.
No, quite the opposite. She's wise, a woman of the desert.
She urges him to continue his quest. Tells him, if I'm really a part of your dream, you'll come back one day.
Wow. That's powerful. True love supports the personal legend.
It doesn't demand sacrifice of it. It empowers it. Then, soon after, Santiago has the vision.
The vision of the attack on the oasis.
He shares it, nervously, with the camel driver.
Who tells him, you have to tell the chieftains.
So he does. And they listen. They recall the story of Joseph in Egypt, another dreamer whose vision saved people.
They decide to arm the oasis, reward Santiago, but with a serious warning.
If you're wrong, you die. Talk about high stakes.
Huge courage needed there, and it's right after this that he meets the actual alchemist.
The mysterious horseman with the falcon tests his courage, confirms who he is.
And speaks about the language of the world, loving the desert but never fully trusting it.
So much wisdom packed into that desert crossing.
So the takeaway from this chapter, the desert is a powerful teacher, isn't it?
Absolutely. Reveals that universal language, the interconnectedness, maktub.
And we see love not as a distraction, but as a catalyst, a force for pursuing your destiny.
And courage. The courage needed to trust intuition and act on omens, especially when the stakes are life and death.
Okay, moving into the final stretch. The masterwork and the true treasure. Santiago now has the alchemist as his guide.
Right, and the alchemist pushes him, urging him to listen to his heart.
Because wherever your heart is, there you'll find your treasure.
But Santiago struggles. His heart is afraid of suffering.
Which is understandable.
Totally. But the alchemist gives him this incredible piece of advice. Tell your heart that the fear of suffering is worse than the suffering itself.
Wow.
And that no heart has ever suffered when it goes in search of its dreams.
Because every second of the search is a second's encounter with God and with eternity. Just goosebumps.
Right. And through this dialogue, Santiago's heart changes. It becomes his ally, reminding him of its own courage, the dangers that helped him avoid before.
And then the alchemist explains something crucial about the journey itself.
Yes, the final test.
Yeah.
Just before the dream is realized, the soul of the world tests everything you've learned.
This is where most people give up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dying of thirst just when the palm trees have appeared on the horizon. It's heartbreaking, but so true.
And their own test comes immediately, captured by tribesmen.
And the alchemist makes this outrageous claim. Santiago can turn himself into the wind in 3 days, wagering their lives.
Talk about pressure. Santiago must have been terrified.
Beyond terrified. But he engages. He dialogues with the desert, the wind, the sun, showing his deep understanding of the soul of the world.
That interconnectedness. He speaks of love as the transforming force.
And then he does it. He performs the miracle, becomes the wind, astounds everyone.
Incredible. After that, the alchemist demonstrates actual alchemy, led into gold.
But importantly, he tells Santiago, this was to show you that it was possible. This is my legend, not yours.
Right. It's not about literally making gold for Santiago.
No. Then he gives Santiago some gold with that proverb.
Everything that happens once can never happen again. But everything that happens twice will surely happen a third time.
A warning, almost, about being robbed again. And he shares that story about the Roman centurion.
Whose simple words of faith echoed through time, unlike his poet brother's fancy verses.
Emphasizing that everyone plays a central role in world history, even if they don't know it.
Finally, Santiago reaches the pyramids, the goal of his entire journey.
And his heart tells him, be aware of the place where you were brought to tears. That's where I am, and that's where your treasure is.
So he digs all night, finds nothing.
And then the ultimate irony. Attacked again, robbed again by refugees.
Just devastating. Seems like the end.
But then the leader of the robbers mocks him, tells him about his own recurring dream.
A dream of treasure hidden back in Spain, in a ruined church, under a sycamore tree.
The exact place where Santiago started.
And Santiago just bursts with joy. He understands.
The treasure's always there, back home.
So he returns to Spain, digs under the sycamore in the ruined church.
And finds it. The chest of gold coins, jewels. He puts Urim and Thummim in the chest. A reminder.
And then the wind blows.
The levanter from Africa, carrying Fatima's scent, her kiss, fulfilling her promise.
And he knows he'll go back to her, his journey complete, but also just beginning in a new way.
So this final part, the takeaway is just immense, isn't it?
Yeah. The path is never straight, full of press right up to the end.
But listening to your heart, holding on to belief, understanding that universal language, that's how you overcome.
And the treasure. Sometimes it's not where you expect. Sometimes it's finding yourself transformed right back where you started.
The journey itself transforms you so you can recognize the treasure.
Okay, let's try and tie this all together. What does this deep dive into the Alchemist really mean for us sitting here today?
Yeah, if we connect all these threads from Santiago's story, several core principles really stand out, I think. Things that echo through Coelho's work generally.
Okay, let's list them out.
1, embrace your personal legend. Find that true purpose, that deep desire that comes from the soul of the universe.
2, heed the omens. The universe is speaking. Learn to listen, to interpret the signs, the intuition.
3, live in the present moment. Find your joy, your clarity, right here, right now. Life's a festival happening now.
4, conquer your fears. That fear of suffering, of failure. It's usually worse than the real thing. It's the biggest block. Remember, no heart suffers when it's chasing its dreams.
5, true love empowers. Real love supports your journey, your legend. It doesn't demand you give it up. It lifts you.
6, seek self-transformation. Like alchemy, the journey is about evolving, becoming better. When you improve, the world around you improves too.
7, the journey is the treasure. Seriously. The wisdom, the growth, the experiences. That's the real gold, even if the physical goal leads you back home.
And 8.
Everything is connected.
Yeah.
Backed up. Trust the flow, see the bigger design. All things are one, working together.
Wow, this deep dive really drives home that life is an unfolding story, isn't it? Like Santiago's journey.
Yeah, and sometimes the greatest adventure is the one that brings you full circle, back home, but completely changed. Ready to see what was there all along.
Which leads to maybe a final question for you, our listener.
What hidden treasures might be waiting for you? Not necessarily in some faraway land, but maybe right where you are, waiting for your own journey of transformation to reveal them.
Something to definitely ponder. Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive into The Alchemist.
We really hope it's given you some food for thought on your own unique path.
Absolutely. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep. That's it from us today. This is Lisa and Jim signing off from Pod Talk. Hope you all have an informative session. Please like and subscribe for more such sessions. We hope to see you soon with a brand new topic of discussion.